Hi, everyone. Dale Pinkert and Mike V here today at TradeGATEHub.com. We're sponsored and powered by TradeView Markets. Check out their spreads. Mike V, my trading warrior brother, how are you?
Uh, I'm okay. Average. I could tell by the segue with the same.
Okay, so everyone's playing hopscotch.
True.
Anyway, Mike, this is what's important to me this week. If the market has a chance to continue higher, if we get one more break in the dollar. Now, the reason I think that may happen is because of momentum readings, what it bottomed at. But I'll go with a breakout. If we close here by Friday, like over 101.70, that'll be a 2-week reversal. That means it closes higher than it did 2 previous Fridays. Plus, you'll have a wedge break. And I think the dollar is the key to the market, always has been, I think will be. If we get one more washout, this is really the market's chance to really make hay and blow off here and get going, because once the dollar turns, it's going to be a headwind.
True. Well
So
put.
that's what I'm seeing right now. Down here, I'm looking for, you have it in equities too, big round numbers, like 200 for Apple, or Tesla had big round numbers, and people are real emotional. Traders are very emotional about those numbers. And if we break to new lows here in the Dixie, we'll be talking about the 100 level. Okay, that's going to be a
Wow.
big round number,
Right.
where I think it's going to be kind of a panic move, but this time momentum diverges, and I'll be looking to buy the dollar on a scenario like that. So that's really, I think, the key to the markets going forward. Is the dollar going to continue to crash, which is risk on or erode, or are we going to see a turn in the dollar because people are really long? I mean, COT, they're adding. So we'll see. Uh, I'd like to see it into the end of the week, making new lows, and then look for reversals the week after. And the only other thing I have to say I did out of principle is here's Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so up here, I knew this was a possibility because you see this RSI, we're at 73, so pretty much a confirmed high, backed away from the breakdown. So far, the RSI levels are 59, so it's pretty glaring with it making new highs,
Correct.
trying to put in a major breakout. This line is a major line, and if I'm looking at it, everyone is.
That's true.
Okay, so there's the line. So I don't know, maybe they'll get a breakout. But I'm going out to September, Mike, buying some time. And my bear case, extreme bear case, is down here at about $70. Don't hide under your desk.
I'm not hiding under. This isn't
No, I
boiler
mean,
room.
I thought
It's not
anyone
boiler
else,
room. I didn't
anyone
even.
else.
I didn't even flinch when you said that.
All
I
right,
told you
and
all.
even my more conservative targets are to take out the January lows where it looked like we had a breakdown down towards 120. So we'll see. Took a stand, put some skin in the game, and now I'm very interested. And if gold has a chance to make a new high, maybe it'll do it now. If the dollar makes one more new low, one thing I've noticed is this time, well, not so much right now, but silver wasn't acting as strong as gold, but now it is. It just has a weaker chart pattern compared to gold. I mean, look at the bounce, and gold is, you know, nicer looking candle than this. And I think this is bottomed. This gold silver ratio probably bottomed. If that's the case, we'll recover up to about 84, 85. And that's normally negative metals. This was a positive move in metals and the break in the dollar. And here again, this goes with the dollar. Uh, Kind of amazing that a gold silver ratio would track the dollar, but it does.
Well,
And
that's being aware of what's going on. There have been, if you were to be able to put aside this term, being we're older experienced traders, it sounds kind of crazy. If you're able to actually, with that lead in, if you're able to put that aside and absorb what you're about to say, is that's about, because, for example, the dollar hasn't made a weekly move like this in 3 years. I didn't mean to break your momentum.
no,
Is a
that's
lot
cool.
of this sounds crazy.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah,
were you to think, go ahead, coach.
no, I know. Go ahead. I mean, I'm getting from John Q. Public they're worried about the dollar, which tells me it's kind of late and it's really being disseminated. They're asking what should they do? Should they pull their money out of the bank? Should they buy another currency? Should they buy gold? So this whole de-dollarization story is getting legs. And in fact, our guest Thursday, Julian Brigden of MI5,
Bravo.
yeah, he's
Another
going
killer
to,
guest.
he just wrote, I think for Barron's Online, he has an article about de-dollarization. So we'll be digging into the buck on Thursday with Julian. But it's the key, Mike. It's kind of, you look at a tire and then in the middle, is the fulcrum of the wheel. And then if you have, wheel covers, all the different spokes come out from there. And I think the dollar is the fulcrum of the market, that if you can get the dollar right, you can get everything right.
Well, that's part of what, that's part of your plan and what you do, coach. So that's what you have to focus on. Bravo. I don't know what else to say from that.
So I mean that's where my head is at. But I also see how people could be talking about 4,300, and this could go on. But really, focused on the Dixie next couple of weeks. It's going to tell us how many legs the market has. And I understand what the bulls are saying now. Here's a bullish argument, just to show you that I could talk out of both sides of my mouth.
No, of course.
Is like most economists on one hand, and then on the other hand, you look at this black line I have in here, and this was kind of a breakdown to the lows, and it has this speed line has a lot of tags, and if you just look at it as this range 38.42, 38.42, right? So you break out over 42, and you tack on that 400-point range onto it, here you are, you're up at 46.
It's rather clear, and I get it, but even you, coach, are having to have more lines on your charts than usual. That is also something that's emblematic. I'm serious.
People say, Dale, how do you draw your lines? You know what I tell them?
I can
with my imagination.
Well, that's the way you want to see it.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not it. I was being facetious, but you've been having more lines on the charts than usual, as long as you're not doing more lines. But I could see that you have a lot of lines here. So, and that's, that from until I go to my screen, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm not taking. I'm sorry.
It's time for that.
Oh, okay. Why not? You can.
Good segue.
It was a good segue. Boom! You can see me right there. All right. Let's go to TGH. Now I can change. All right. Now, a lot of things for me are neutral, except that the VIX, you're getting still mixed signals. CTAs are along the Nasdaq and piling into the Nasdaq. A lot of Goldman's underfunded. Hedge funds are underfunded in cash. Even what you said, coach, before, all these macro situations you gave about Apple maybe breaking subpar 100, hypothetically, if you will, and your dissertation about or explanation about the dollar and gold can all be taken either in the macro text, like you said, or even the micro text as we're trading very actively today. And I'm just going by sweeps, and I'm going by, things that I see, and just not really trying to have an opinion. I'm going to go more specifically how to realize that in a second, but let me go back to TGH and just go through a couple of things before I get to my screen. Okay.
I just don't understand how people say that everyone's bearish when you get greedometer readings at greed. It's not at extreme greed, but it's not at pessimism.
And what everybody's got, and I think what some people, the smarter people, are starting to prey upon, and this is not a cliche, it usually comes to fruition. The biggest moves come at the end, and I just think they're pushing it until they're just pushing
Right.
everybody else to capacity. I
Yeah.
do. Let me give an example.
So, you're just saying that it's not over till the shorts, the fat lady sings for the shorts.
Well,
And
everybody's
that
looking
might
for
be
it.
4,300. I'm getting a lot of guys that are talking about coming back into Dave H. Contrarian's camp.
Well, listen, Coach, I can give you in at a very high level, and without patting myself in the back, probably 50 concrete reasons for both a bull and a bear, and probably could convince, maybe not you, but most people to either which way that I want them to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So there's Lennar was a good position for us, things like that.
Wow.
TDOC, which is one of ARC's largest holding, is up 12% today, taking huge volume from 26 to 28 and a half, a huge move. So let's look at ARC, which I brought up on the screen, is actually not looking that badly right now. But you can go on to TGH and look at a couple of posts that I put there. But there's the chart on the comp. Here's the chart right here. This right here is basically, if you're a general practitioner, if I'm a doctor and somebody comes to me and gives me general symptoms, I can look at this and basically give you where the market is sitting right now and most people should.
Where are semiconductors on this list?
Where semis? They should be probably, I don't know where semis are. Semis, I have my own situation. But those are large cap stocks of the move.
Because I've seen Nvidia's threatening a new high here.
It is threatening.
I wouldn't chase it. I don't. Go ahead, chase it.
Well, here we go. S&P volatility the lowest in 15 months.
Yeah.
Oil volatility is at 18th low.
Yeah.
The bond volatility is at pre.
Where is everyone? Is this August?
Well, you don't have.
It feels. I mean, the board feels like August.
The thing is, you don't really have to. I don't have to. If you don't want to go by what we're doing, and that's fine. At least we give very high opinions, but a lot of instruments. Monday's post Goldman rundown via the Goldman trading desk. I'm not gonna. You can ask me. I'll give you my opinion. But there's research, if you will, on unfettered. JP Morgan, the biggest bull on the street last year, is now the biggest bear on the street this year. When he flips, just like Mike Wilson, that's what we're being facetious, Coach. When Marco almost flips bullish, as Mike Wilson did, then it's everybody's in the pool. You know what I mean? Then he's saying everything's okay, it's all good. But once again, as to my previous
Marco's the only one left.
No, Mike Wilson's the only one. Marco and Mark, the biggest two guys, are still the biggest bears.
Yeah, that guy Marco. Yeah, and I heard something interesting from a bull. I believe it was Ed Yardeni.
Yeah,
who's a consummate bull, that said if the Fed doesn't stop, he's going to have to turn bearish. So there's a bull.
He's going to be. Well, you know what? It's going to be he's going to be wrong before he's going to be right. I'm not saying he's ultimately going to what his ultimate stance is going to be, but in this type of tape, it's like everybody else to a bear. Maybe he's a little bit later on his call, and I'm certainly not. I'll listen to it. I don't have an opinion upon it. But he'll have to be wrong. He'll have to be wrong before he's right with this type of move that the market's making now.
I like what she says here, because I was looking for a bullish breakout in TLT, and it looks like it's going the other way. It's broken.
I pointed that out yesterday. Hey, let me go to the chart here. TLT at the 50-day, and I posted this.
Yeah,
that was the one thing that I was looking at really all day yesterday. The 50-day. Now it's back up.
It better hold here.
That's correct.
Okay, because under these lows right here, you're going to see new lows in the bonds.
Yeah,
this might be a hope low. Anyway, we'll see.
I do like.
I'm looking for this to work because we're in a correction in equities, because I think that's what's going to bring the buying in to break it out over 109. You need to sell off in equities. If the equities keep blowing off, bonds are breaking down. Okay, but she also said banks will like that, because you'll have instead of having an inverted yield curve, you're going to start to see yields widen. So to go the other way. Anyway, she's smart.
She's smart enough probably just to know that not to step in front of it. It's just let's go to what the wise guys are doing. That's really what's kept me in bed. And you know what? The wise guys have been working. Like they've been on par. AAL
Okay.
bears, that's irrelevant to me. Advancers declinings. There you go. I will tell you something. AMD puts, they're going into
Okay.
where? September. Take note.
Okay, that's why I'm buying Apple. So there's some staying power in that. And you at the top of that one, Mike, show
I
our
did.
viewers the high. And then you thought it was looking, it's the weakest, it's the weak sister.
And you
It's
know
weaker
what?
than SMH.
It should be
Uh,
going up because it has this GPU situation with whatever they call it, with Bitcoin and the processors.
yeah, well,
It's
it
amazing
looks
how
lousy.
NVIDIA is different from AMD. It just, you know what it tells me?
Okay,
I'm
for
going to
our
tell you,
viewers,
and artificial is more artificial intelligence with AMD, with NVIDIA and Microsoft being the AI book, is more prevalent than the chips of AMD, maybe MU.
2 key charts.
Yeah,
Microsoft, go back to it, please.
Microsoft and NVIDIA are leading the AI charge.
Okay, Microsoft, back under 282, get out of the way. Okay. NVIDIA, that's the weekly.
Yeah, but that's
How
important
about the
too.
daily? Oh, okay. Look at where the RSI is. I'm not saying today's the high. I'm just saying that you're
If it
getting,
doesn't break
that's
this new RSI high,
right, just like
I get
Apple.
it. Right, right,
Yeah,
right, right.
I'm just saying that it could be a 3 drive to a top formation. Sometimes they morph, I'm not every 3 drive I see and talk about and
It's certainly
trade
it's a reason
works.
that it's
They
yeah,
morph. They
yeah.
morph. Things change, and you thought you saw a 3 and it was only building up the first, but you saw 3 in a fractal way. Anyway, so that looks like a 3 to me.
Okay, coach. Also,
Unos dos tres.
that's as far as I can go. But listen, this is
Uh,
important. This is why it's a trade only. 25,000 GLD June call spreads. They're still going into them,
yeah,
coach.
yeah, they are.
Sting bullish.
Well, if the dollar breaks one more time, gold could retest the highs.
DraftKings, they're backing me in the calls. How about that call, coach? But I
Uh,
did sell a little bit over 20. Where is it now? 2011. It's going to go higher, but I took a little bit off DraftKings. So I'll leave it at this. It's like it's a Tuesday. It's one of those days. One of those days. You feel like there's either a rug pull or another push to instill pain on the opposite side of this of
it just
position.
feels like a grinding market to me.
Yeah. TDOC May and July ads here. But you know what? This TDOC is going up. Then I'm saying, look at my Zoom. TDOC should be, but you know what? Zoom is, I'm still in Zoom. This thing can't, let's look at Zoom. Then what the NASDAQ's done in the past, there's the QQQs. From what? Let's say March 29th for 300 to 320. This is Zoom. It's gone down. I like Zoom. I'm in this still. I can't believe I'm up in a short when the market's ripping. You know what I mean? Coach, I'm going to tell you.
What are you short? What are you short?
Zoom.
So you're short Zoom.
But there are very few things in life, and this is a family show, that are better than when your longs go up and your shorts go down at the same point in time, man. I'm telling you, it's a freaking great feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Ryan. Hold on. This is important. People not being facetious. Very sharp guy. S&P mini futures, right again, 3-minute update. The highest short position in futures. So maybe you play you play the indexes and play I'll never forget it as long as I lived. One of the best traders ever. The market was up like 800 handles, and he's ripping, and the futures are going up. And I said, put on a trade. But he says I'm not going to trade the futures, and people know I very rarely do because this is a coin flip. If the futures go parabolic and Apple still doesn't go up, and maybe it goes up a little, the futures still keep going parabolic. The only reason I use futures is to gauge upon other instruments. I don't trade futures. As the old saying is, if you want to make $1 million in futures, start off with 2 million. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're rolling today.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so what do you want to wrap it with?
Well, I'll watch it with my screen, and my screen is
TLT. So anyway, TLT, very critical TLT. I think a lot of that'll have to, some people say it's a bond market that leads. I say it's a dollar. I say it's a chicken or the egg. I mean, they both are really key. So watch today's lows in TLT.
That's the what? Listen, there's TLT right here. This is the hot sector right here. TLT, UUP, and in my opinion, VIX. I know it's getting stale, but it still is. But
Okay.
but they're hiding the penny plate. They're doing the opposite. ASO was the weakest stock yesterday. So was ONON. They took that up. Crocs was weak yesterday. They took that up. I mean, they're flip-flopping on a lot of things. XBI is down to no surprise because it was going with the banking sector. You should know that. Schwab actually followed through. I'm not in it. Good call.
Yeah. Goldman put in a good day yesterday.
Goldman now actually it bounced nicely off the low with an earnings. State Street followed through nice earnings. It had a huge range yesterday. State Street from
Even the regionals bounced.
yeah,
yesterday.
State Street had a $10 move in State Street trading unheard of volume. $15 range, $10 range. You got it. I mean, for those, okay, let's end it here. Okay. If those that are a little bit sheepish that don't want to trade the other ones, I get it. I didn't just start jumping in and trading these myself. Get the TradeView demo if you're on that on MT5, and get to trading these stocks. The Bank of America, tremendous rate. You're not going to get a range as thick of a stock as Bank of America, going from 30.90 to it's $1 range on huge volume. Bank of America, maybe it bases at this gap. Maybe it keeps going to the 50-day. But I'm telling you, certain things day trading wise are getting pretty sexy without being dramatic. Coin, CLSK, Coin came all the way in. Nice trade, Mike V, and nice trade, Coach. Coin, where were we? Shorted the top on Coin. Thank you very much. 71, literally the top, but I didn't get the bottom.
Yeah, we're getting a nice little recovery. Yesterday, Bitcoin got hit for about 800. A Bitcoin chart, I think, closes under 29 now, would seal the deal for a top.
Win is hurting me. This win, it's hurting me, and I should have taken it off when I thought so.
You know, Mike, I don't live in woulda, coulda, should have land anymore.
No, I understand. I'm going through my gut. I got this far trusting my gut.
You think I don't? You know, we all do. Anyway, Mike.
Any questions? Listen, bottom line is I was preaching all day. Myrna followed through. Look at Marna. Yesterday worked. The system plays to start the working. You Myrna. Yesterday, range, volume, tremendous price action as the market was going, worked. So even if you didn't take it overnight short, it gapped up, boom, short it. Myrna still going lower.
I'm going to make a suggestion as I close here. Anyone hearing my voice, take time to come into TradeGATEHub.com and watch Mike work. You want to learn? You want to be a trader? You want to, learn what it's like? You want to have multiple ideas and the discipline to execute on these things? Come watch Mike.
Well, you can watch sometime. Listen, like I said,
all day long he's posting
all day long. But I sat on a desk with a lot of people that are actually better traders than me. So
I'm wrong. You got better,
but I'm wrong a lot. But the reason we're wrong in the right ways. So in other words, we trade a tremendous amount of financial management plans. We've been doing this for almost a century, literally. We're still here, and we're still here because we have passion. We have passion to make money. We have passion to teach, and we have passion to our profession, and we love where we work. So until then, we'll leave it there, Coach.
Yeah, what greatly blessed. Yes. All right. So don't just count your shares, your gold coins, your oil wells. Count your blessings, everyone. Have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow for my individual broadcast. We'll see where the dollar's at, and Mike will be with you at his usual time tomorrow at 11 a.m. 11:30.
Actually, my usual time is 5 a.m. I'm on broadcast 11 a.m.
Okay. All right. So and then make sure you're around for a big dollar discussion on Thursday with Julian Brigden. And,
no, that's good. You know what?
Those
are with the smart. You want to learn how to trade. That's where the smart people are listening to that. Like
how
I
do you
usually say.
How do you think I got smart? I've talked to 1,000 smart people.
No, I know that. Like I said,
it's helped me evolve. Having this type of contact with good minds, it's thought provoking for me too.
It's made me more accountable.
Yeah, listening to other people, keeping an open mind. The one thing that doesn't show up in your account is when someone helped you not hurt yourself in the market.
Well, Coach, I said that. Like I said, I led last week that the ultimate complement of success is somebody trying to learn trying to learn down what you've with trying to teach what you've learned, trying to learn what you've taught. Remember I said what
Yeah.
Kobe said?
So anyway, guys, hope we're adding value to what you're trying to accomplish. We're going to keep on marching. So have a great rest of the day, Mike. I'll see you in the room.
There's Lewis for LVS reports tomorrow. I got to get out of this win.